Hi everybody, this is chapter 25. I see by the reactions how many people it watches. Sometimes it's up and down, but please do share it with everybody. Because you seem to enjoy it and a lot of other people, so why not give this through to other people and they might have a Christmas story to listen to. Chapter 25. There's an old idea about losing your virginity. Actually, there are lots of old ideas, but this is one of them, that people will be able to tell by your face when you've lost it. It always seems sketchy to me, like a leftover from some long gone scarlet letter days, where women were ruined forever the moment they had sex. The kind of bullshit that children go on about. The kind of thing that keeps people feeling miserable and ashamed and insecure, which I'm learning are very useful emotions if you want to distract people while you suck the magic from underneath their feet. So when I walk through the living room door, newly relieved of my virginity, no one can tell by the look on my face. Everyone, however, can tell by my hair. Maeve, Mum says, and for the first time in a long time she's saying my name in delight and not because I've disappointed her. Your hair, it's lovely. At first I think my hair has been so rumpled by the pillow that it's a dead giveaway. Then I take a strand and examine it, and I'm so shocked. I yell, "Well, shit!" And my mum has to be disappointed in me all over again. For the first time since I was very small kid, I have curls, dark S-shaped curls have sprung into my hair and coiled the strands upwards. So it almost looks like I've had a haircut. My hair used to go past my shoulders and now it just tinkles them. I go to the mirror and examine myself, and it isn't just the shape of my hair that has changed, it's the color. The quality, the dark brown looks almost black, and it's shiny, healthy looking. Did you get a perm? Mum asks. Are perms back? Dad adds, patting his own thin curly hair. Should I get one? No, I say, too dazed to even come up with a lie. No, I didn't get a perm. Mum tilts her head. I suppose your hair has always had a bit of a kink into it. I go red at the word kink and don't say a thing. Dad has already lost interest and gone back to channel hopping. Lots of horror movies on, he says. That time of year, I suppose. Well, will you watch this with us, Maeve? He looks so hopeful, so keen that I will wedged between the two of them and watch the movie with a bowl of popcorn on my lap. And I feel so tender and sore, so strange from the evening's events, that I want it just as badly. Yeah, okay. I sit there and we watch an old horror film from the 80s, one of those ones about teenagers who get gradually picked off by a masked killer who doesn't seem to have very much reason for killing anyone except that the girl was once mean to him. The girls always die while having sex. The boys die in the locker room or in cars, but girls die on their backs. I sit there watching the murders and touching my hair, wondering how the whole world could get world got so obsessed with teenage girls and who we let inside us. I wonder if I will die for having sex too. It's awkward sitting there with mum and dad, feeling sore. I think about Rue, what having sex for the first time means for him. I didn't stick around long enough to find out. At the end of the movie, I go upstairs and start typing messages to Rue, but I can't seem to find anything that works. It either sounds way too goofy, how about that for a farewell, eh? Or way too sincere. I want you to know that I'm glad my first time was with someone who loves me, and no matter what happens after this, I don't know for a long time what I would lose. I know for a long time that I would lose my virginity to Rue, but I always thought the moment that we did it would be completely aligned. That there would be no doubt about who we were or what we were doing could do. But now the sex feels more like a last-ditch attempt than a joyful celebration. Nothing works, nothing feels right. It's hard to say whether I regret it or not. I can't think of anything to text him, so I wait until he texts me. I think as soon as he texts me, I'll start getting ready for bed. As soon as I get a sign that Rue still understands, even in a small way, I'll brush my teeth. And that's how I fall asleep, still in my clothes and holding my phone. In the dream, a green light unfurls at the center of my chest, and there's a sense of interior sunshine, of warmth from a new source. Maybe it's wrong to call it a dream. It doesn't feel like one. It feels like a trance, a sensation of being both awake and asleep, a shadow, kind of unconscious, like the half sleep of napping in a car. I am at the tennis courts this time, rare enough for me to dream anywhere other than the river, but there you go. I'm not so much a person, but a strand of green light, lined with gold, and my light stretches and covers the tennis courts as if I'm giving the ground a hug. Under the clay are small flowers like buttercups, but black in the center instead of pure yellow at the heart. The flowers are trying to push up, arching their necks towards the green light, but the rubbery tennis court won't let them. And then I am deep in the earth, plunged in something damp and wild, and the earth smells good until it doesn't. Until a sour smell touches my nose, my ball of green light that is a nose, my ball of green light that is a nose, and I'm under the earth. I have something like epiphany, then, or not quite that. It's a realization, but it is a kind of realization that you have and then immediately think, oh, but I knew that all along. I knew that always. That in the earth there is soil and seeds and insects, but under that there is something else. There is magic, just as the clouds supposedly contain both vapor and heaven. The earth contains both the soil and the well. The well is no longer just an abstract construct. Now it is trickling line of silver water, and it is everywhere, reflecting rainbow light. It's something I'm part of and something that is part of me. And it's rotting. The sour smell pinches at me, and the big green light starts to shrink. Like the heat reducing on a gas stove, I realize that the trickle of silver is supposed to be a great gushing river, but it's been starved. The yellow flowers start to give up on sunlight and die. The smell becomes too much, like dried blood, like old bread, like boiling cabbage, like bad water, and then I am a person again. Not green light after all, and the dried blood and old bread and boiling cabbage and the bad water are all inside of me, and I'm on my knees and retching, trying to get the poison out. I wake up with my mother holding my face. "Maeve, wake up! Old beast," she says, her eyes wild. My shoulders are convulsing, and every sound I make is like a strangled scream of concerned animal. "Maeve, you are still asleep." She shakes my shoulder. "Maeve, wake up properly." I'm awake, I breathe, and realize that I'm still in my clothes, still in fact in my jacket. My entire body is clammy with sweat. The under wire of my bra wedges into my bones, digging at the skin. My mouth is dry, my throat raw from trying to vomit in the dream. My crutch still pangs like new bruise. Like a new bruise. "Baby, you were screaming," she says. "What was happening?" "Drink," I say. "Now shiver the water." That doesn't make sense to me. "Drink," I say. Now shivering water. Mum pushes something to my mouth and I drink it down thirstily. It's only as I'm swallowing down the third gulp of liquid that I notice the clean, fresh lavender smell filling up the room. I look down and see my poor, frightened mother, holding the top of the tea thermos to my face. I scream, bashing it out of my hands, letting the liquid soak through the rug. "Maeve!" She jumps up, confused and horrified. "What are you doing? I can't drink that!" she shrieked again and again. "I can't drink that!" I start to hyperventilate, my body stricken with panic. What does this mean? What have I just accidentally done? "Oh my God," she gets up, inspecting the tea flask. "Is this Maeve? What's in this? Do you have to go to the hospital? You had it next to your bed, so I thought it was tea." She sniffs the air, and in the half darkness I see her face sour. "Maeve, is this gin?" Even through my panic, I can tell why she thinks it's gin. In the hours of lavender and sugar water have been inside the tea flask, some kind of magic has already started to work. There's sting in the air, something faintly like rubbing alcohol, and mixed with the floral sweet fragrance, it smells like fancy gin. "Yes," I say, trying to calm down. "It's gin." "Ugh, sorry, I can't believe this." She starts to shake her head, her anger growing steadily. "Maeve, what has happened to you? Oh God, I don't have time for this. I may just have swallowed half a binding spell. I need Nuella. I need Manon. I need to know what this means." "I don't know. You used to be such a great girl," she says, her voice mixed with pity and fury. And now I feel like I have no idea who's in my house. Ever since that business back in February, you've gone so secretive, so shifty. You don't ever want to talk to us. You don't even want. You don't even talk to Joe anymore. Pat says he never hears from you. And now you are drinking gin in your room? I scooped up the tea flask from the floor, empty now, except for the $100 bills stuck inside. I screwed the cap on. Maeve, I have had 4 teenagers come through this house before you. There's nothing you can say that would surprise me. Really? But lately I'm going through all the unusual things in my head and I still can't explain what's going on. I'm thinking it's not kind of eating disorder. I don't think she's pregnant. Even her schoolwork is improving, albeit slightly. So what is it? Please, Maeve, please. How can I talk to her? How can I possibly begin to explain everything I've been through and everything I'm afraid of? Mum, I begin gently, groping at the air of something. That is at least a little true. It's hard, you know. I just feel like Rue and I are drifting apart and Fiona got all these big dreams and I don't really know what there is left for me. I just want things to be good like they were in the summer. That's when you were happy, she says, raising her eyebrows. The summer. She fingers the curves of my hair, trying to puzzle this out. Only you seem so sad during the summer, she says thoughtfully. But what would I know, I suppose? What should I do, Mum? And it's only when I say it that I realize I want an answer. Like, what is there for me? Oh, darling, she says, putting her arms around me, rocking me like I'm a toddler. There's so much you can do. You've got everything ahead of you. You don't need to decide at 16. You can take as much time as you want. I was in my late 30s before I found something that suited me, and that was after I had raised 4 children. Don't mind all this leaving certificate stuff. But Fiona and Rue have chosen extremely difficult professions that will take them years and years to break into, love, even if they are successful at them. He's already getting successful, I say grimly, and it's so hard to be happy for him because I feel like he's leaving me behind. He's forgotten. I'm sure he has forgotten. It's just your relationship isn't his first priority right now. He has forgotten though, Mum, I say desperately. Soon he'll forget I exist. I'm almost thankful that it comes out sounding like a teenager melodrama, rather than an actual literal concern. It relaxes my mum, puts her firmly back in a world of adolescent problems that she understands. Darling, there's no good way to say this, but she pauses, strokes my hair. If you and Rue are meant to be together, you'll be together. You'll make it work. But if you are not, that's okay too. Almost no one ends up married their first love. I didn't. The thought is so dismal that I fake a yawn and tell her I need to go to sleep. She gets me a glass of water from the kitchen as I put my head on the pillow, my mouth still tasting of lavender. I convince myself that the power of the spell was entirely localized to Nuela's kitchen, and swallowing a few gulps of sugar water won't do a thing. I keep believing that when I wake up in the morning, I believe it in the shower. I believe it in the shower. I believe it eating breakfast. I believe it when I'm walking to the end of the driveway. I stop believing it when I see Aaron curled into a ball asleep on the road. Wow, that is her competition. Well, what will happen next? I'll try to do the next chapter as quickly as possible, but the romance readings will be out before I do that. Take care. Have a beautiful day.